Hi everyone, Bruce here at eTrailer. Today we're going to take a look at and install the CURT Trailer Hitch receiver on our 2024 Volvo XC40. Now if you've already got a hitch on your XC40 on your Volvo, let us know how you're using it. Comment below. Or if you're getting ready to get a hitch, let us know how you're going to use it. Now you may be wanting to get a hitch on your Volvo because you may be wanting to haul bicycles, a cargo carrier, or you could even haul a small utility trailer. Now this trailer hitch receiver does have a 4,000 pound gross trailer weight rating with a 600 pound tongue weight rating. Now that the 600 pound tongue weight rating is just the downforce of anything you put on here. It's just the downforce going towards the ground. Taking a closer look at the hitch, we do have a 2" by 2" receiver tube opening, which will accommodate any of your standard ball mounts or your bike racks and cargo carriers. Now, looking at our safety loop chains here, that's where our safety chains go. It's got a nice welded loop, and I kind of like those. They're not big and square. It's the round ones, and it lets them chains really hang on there and spin around without binding up. Now, as far as our loops go, it will accept your standard S hook and the bigger style clevis hooks. Now, you are going to need to pick up a pin and clip, and this is a 5/8 pin and clip. Most of your accessories do not come with these, so just keep that in mind. And you just put that in and put the clip on, and you're ready to go. Now what I want to do is go ahead and give you a few measurements. The first measurement I'm going to take is from the center of our pinhole here to the outside of the bumper, and we're looking at roughly 4 inches to the edge of the bumper. And the reason I'm giving you that measurement is if you've got a bike rack that folds up or anything, you're going to need to know how long that shank needs to be, so when you do fold that up, it doesn't hit the back of your vehicle. The next measurement I am going to take is from the bottom of our receiver tube to the ground. And the reason I'm giving you this measurement is if you're going over any steep inclines or you got a big hump going into your driveway, you're just going to know how much clearance you actually have. Now, looking at this one, it does almost 12 inches, about 11 3/4 is what I'm going to call it. Also, that'll tell you if you need a dropped ball mount or anything like that. But the main concern is you've got enough clearance here, you're not going to be hitting anything on steep inclines or anything like that. If you're looking to get a hitch for your Volvo, I really think the CURT is a good choice. It is a hidden cross tube, so you don't see the cross tube going across. All you really see is the receiver tube. Now, as far as the installation goes, it's not too bad, but you do have to completely remove this whole fascia piece here. So if you don't want to try that, or you don't have the time to do it or the tools, check out our dealer locator on etrailer.com. But if you do want to give it a try, stick around, I'll show you how. To begin our installation, we do need to remove 5 Torx screws here. It's going to be a T20. They're running right up along this fender liner here. The reason we do need to remove those is we are removing this whole rear fascia here. So let's go ahead and take our T20 and get those removed. Now you're going to do the same thing on the other side. Now we do need to go ahead and remove some bolts from underneath the fascia here. The instructions say there are 4 8mm bolts. Don't remove the Torx bolts, but looking at this, we've only got 2 Torx bolts here. So this black one and this black one, this one will stay. We're going to take these out on both sides. There's 2 on the other side as well. So we're going to go ahead and take a T25 and take those out and set them aside. Now we do need to remove this fascia here. We did use some painter's tape just to go ahead and protect the paint. The first one I'm going to pull off is this one. I'm just going to pull it back 1, and then you'll see a clip in here that we've got to get loose. So basically we're just going to take this piece here and pop it out. And if you notice this little clip right here. We're just gonna go ahead and get that guy started. And you're just gonna pry on it. Like so. Now you may want to go ahead and grab an extra set of hands to go ahead and remove the fascia. There is some wiring we do need to unplug, but we'll show you that. I got my buddy Tom here to help me, and we're just going to remove the fascia just by pulling on it like we did earlier. There it goes. Now we do have a plug here that we do need to unplug. That's your sensors. So we're going to go ahead and unplug that. And there is one on the other side as well. Now during our installation, we did find that it's going to be much easier to go ahead and unplug all your sensors before you actually remove the fascia. Let me just show you how that plug actually works. So there's a little tab right here that you're going to push down, and it's going to release the tab on the inside. And you just pull that apart. Now this one here is a little different. It's got a little different style plug on it. And basically all you're going to do is pull that direction on that tab and it will release. And you can go ahead and pull it apart. Now that we do have this off, I do want to show you exactly where all these plugs are. We've got a sensor here. You got a light. Another sensor, and then you're going to have a wire loom connected right here that you just need to pull off. Then you got another sensor, another light, sensor, and a sensor. And there will be one plugged in right here in the center as well that you do need to unplug. Now we need to go ahead and remove the bumper beam, and there's going to be 3 bolts per side. So there's 3 bolts on this side, 3 bolts on this side, and they are 15 millimeters. So let's go ahead and get those removed. Now you want to save these nuts because we are going to reuse these. Now we've got all the nuts off, we can go ahead and remove our bumper beam, and we're just going to go ahead and set it aside. Now grabbing our hitch, we're just going to go right where we took that bumper beam off. Like so. And then we'll go ahead and grab our bumper beam and throw that on too. Now we can put our bumper beam over the top of our hitch. Careful of any wires, you don't want to pinch anything. So now I'm just going to take one nut and I'm going to put it on the top side here. Just loose so I can go to the other side and secure the bumper so it's just not falling off. Now taking our other nuts, and we're just going to go ahead and loosely put them on, and we'll come back and torque everything down to the manufacturer specifications. Taking our torque wrench, we are going to torque these down to the manufacturer specifications. If you don't have a torque wrench, we do carry them here at eTrailer. Or you can rent one from your local auto parts store. So now we do have to do a little bit of trimming on our fascia here. So where I marked it is basically right along this cutout here. I'm just going to follow that down, and I measured from here to here is 3.5 inches. So if you just measure, your starting point right here and measure over 3.5 inches, we do have to cut that piece out. Now we've got all the nuts off, we can go ahead and remove our bumper beam, and we're just going to go ahead and set it aside. Now grabbing our hitch, we're just going to go right where we took that bumper beam off. Like so. And then we'll go ahead and grab our bumper beam and throw that on too. Now we can put our bumper beam over the top of our hitch. Careful of any wires, you don't want to pinch anything. So now I'm just going to take one nut and I'm going to put it on the top side here, just loose so I can go to the other side and secure the bumper so it's just not falling off. Now taking our other nuts, and we're just going to go ahead and loosely put them on. Taking our torque wrench, we are going to torque these down to the manufacturer specifications. If you don't have a torque wrench, we do carry them here at eTrailer, or you can rent one from your local auto parts store. So now we do have to do a little bit of trimming on our fascia here. So where I marked it is basically right along this cutout here. I'm just going to follow that down, and I measured from here to here is 3.5 inches. So if you just measure, your starting point right here and measure over 3.5 inches, we do have to cut that piece out. Now you can use a utility knife or a pair of 10 snips. I am using a multi-tool today. And I'm just going to follow my tape line. Now I am going to clean this up a little bit with a utility knife. Now we did just kind of place our fascia where it needs to be. We didn't clip anything in yet. I'm going to actually try and reach up in there and see if we can get those connections made without sitting there trying to hold it with the very short wire. So let's go ahead and see how that's going to work out. Now it does make it easier to go ahead and reach up in here and make all your connections back to the sensors. The hardest one to get to is this one way back here. You really got to reach in for it, but it is doable. And I think it's going to be a lot easier to do it that way than try and get the fascia halfway off and unplug them. Once you do have the fascia put back on, and just make sure you make all your connections with all your sensors and your lights that you did unplug. This completes our installation of the CURT Trailer Hitch receiver on our 2024 Volvo XC40. I'm Bruce. Thanks for watching.